Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my videos. Solskjaer to let Donny van de Beek go. Donny van de Beek's agent is said to be working hard to find a new club for his client. Many clubs are in for Donny van de Beek, including Everton. Sky Sports have said that Everton remain interested in Van de Beek. Everton were close to signing Donny van de Beek on loan, but Solskjaer rejected Donny van de Beek's exit. It recently said Donny van de Beek was furious with Solskjaer as he was left on the bench in Man United's win over Villarreal. Donny van de Beek was spotted throwing chewing gum in the dugout. Van de Beek will try to force a January transfer away from Man United following his Villarreal meltdown. Donny van de Beek played no part against Everton. He played no part against Villarreal. He played the full 90 minutes against West Ham in the Carabao Cup, and he put a very good performance out. Also started against Young Boys in the Champions League a few weeks ago. Solskjaer taking Van de Beek off at half-time in that game, and I heavily criticised Solskjaer for that because Van de Beek was our best player in the first half of that game. And I've said to you so many times, Solskjaer needs to start Van de Beek, especially in the Premier League, because he is a good player, but I haven't really had much of a perception on him at Man United. This season is Van de Beek's second full season at Man United. Last season he made 36 appearances in all competitions, but most of them appearances came from the bench. I recall Van de Beek starting just 4 games in the league last season. We got Van de Beek for 40 million with add-ons included. And you'd thought with Man United paying that Van de Beek had played a hell of a lot more games than he has done. Van de Beek's got a contract with Man United till 2025, and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Now, could Cristiano Ronaldo get Solskjaer sacked? Cristiano Ronaldo was annoyed with Solskjaer after Manchester United's 1-1 draw with Everton. You know, Ronaldo stormed off down the tunnel. Solskjaer got criticised for not starting Ronaldo, and Solskjaer came out and said that he had no regrets over not starting Ronaldo. Ronaldo's done really well since he's re-signed. He's already scored 5 goals. But like I said to you not so long ago, Cristiano Ronaldo can't keep saving Solskjaer at Man United. Ronaldo saved us against Villarreal. He scored in the 95th minute of stoppage time. You know, if it weren't for him, we wouldn't have won that game. Now, the other week, Ronaldo says he wants to retire at Man United and then coach Cristiano Jr. in the Red Devils youth team. Solskjaer said he believes Ronaldo can keep playing for Manchester United into his 40s. He's 36 at the moment. Ronaldo's already hinted that he's looking to stay at Man United beyond his current contract. Well, Ronaldo's under contract with Man United till 2023. There's an option of a further year. Ronaldo receives £480,000 a week at Man United. So he's the highest earner at Man United. Ronaldo wears the number 7 shirt, and we got Ronaldo for 19.8 million with add-ons included. Ronaldo is already the all-time record scorer in the Champions League. And don't forget, Ronaldo became the all-time international top scorer with 2 late goals against Ireland earlier on this season. But he is the greatest player of all time. You know, Ronaldo's won 32 major trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. Ronaldo did really well in his first spell at Man United. You know, he scored 118 goals in 292 games in all competitions, and he won 3 Premier League titles, the Champions League, the FA Cup, 2 League Cups and the FIFA Club World Cup, and Ronaldo endured 6 years in his first spell at Man United. Now, obviously, recently, I've been talking with you a lot about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is under pressure. Because obviously, we've only won 2 of our last 6 games in all competitions. And like I said to you earlier on today, if results don't improve, Solskjaer will get sacked. Man United still fully committed to Solskjaer and have no plans to replace the club legend as manager despite a poor run of results. You know, Man United have got no intentions of sacking Solskjaer during the international break. Solskjaer got very good backing in the summer transfer window. Our owners, the Glazers, backed him, Ed Woodward's backed him, John Murtough backed him, and Darren Fletcher backed him. Plus, we enjoyed a very good summer transfer window. Obviously, Solskjaer made 4 signings, brought Tom Eaton in on a free from Villa, brought Jadon Sancho in from Dortmund, brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid, and we re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo after 12 years. So there's no more excuses for Solskjaer, and we spent around 141 million in this year's summer transfer window. In the summer, Solskjaer signed a new contract with the club until 2024. So he signed a 3-year contract with an option of a further year, and we made a mistake giving him that new contract because I can assure he won't see it out, and I think a lot of Manchester United fans will agree with me on that aspect. Solskjaer is definitely not the long-term manager for Man United. Solskjaer has to win a trophy this season to save his job. Solskjaer has not yet won a trophy as Man United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. And a few weeks ago, Solskjaer did mention that we must leave a legacy of silverware. Well, we know Solskjaer's ambition for this season, that's to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, that's 8 years ago now. But obviously, we're not going to win the Premier League under Solskjaer. But we should be winning the Premier League because we've got a title-winning squad. So there's no more excuses. And even earlier on this season, Solskjaer told his current Man United squad that it's better than the 1999 treble-winning team that Ole was part of. I did mention at the start of this season that this season was going to be massive for Solskjaer because he's got big expectations to exceed. You know, this season is Solskjaer's 3rd full season as Man United manager. And Solskjaer has been in charge of Manchester United for almost 3 years. If he's still Man United manager in December, then he would have been in charge for 3 years. More than likely, he'll still be here in December, regardless of the results from now to December. In all honesty, I think Solskjaer will get till the end of this season, then they'll analyse it and see how things have gone. But my two biggest concerns about Solskjaer is that his decision making. A lot of United fans have got strong reservations about his decision making because analysing the vast majority of the games he's managed at Man United, he's been tactically naive. And my other concern is that he hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager. But reflecting now on Solskjaer's been with us, he's learnt a few different things on the job, but he's still got plenty to learn because he's still a young coach, and Solskjaer has gained some managerial experience. But the reason Solskjaer is still Manchester United manager is because he's a club legend. That's what's basically saved his job. Disregarding him being a club legend, I can assure he wouldn't have been here now. We have spent 441 million under the Solskjaer era. Solskjaer has signed 14 players as Man United manager. So obviously in the summer of 2019 he recommended Daniel James, Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. In January 2020 he recommended Bruno Fernandes in and Odi Nagalo in on loan. In the summer of 2020 he recommended Edison Cavani and Donny van de Beek, Alex Telles, Amad Diallo and Facundo Pellistri. And in this year's summer transfer window, he recommended Tom Eaton in, Jadon Sancho, Rafael Varane and re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo after 12 years. So all he's enjoyed like 5 transfer windows as permanent Man United manager. Solskjaer's also got rid of a lot of players since he's coming as well. He's got rid of quite a lot of players permanently. He's loaned quite a few players out. Solskjaer, I like the way he develops the youth. Solskjaer's more or less giving everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players, like he showed he would do when he got appointed in as Man United manager. Obviously Solskjaer's got us to semi-finals. He got us to 3 semi-finals in his first full season. Got us to the EFL Cup semi-final last season. Got us to the FA Cup quarter-final last season. He got us to the Europa League final, and that was his first major final as Man United manager. In Solskjaer's first full season, got us a 3rd place finish. In his second full season, which was last season, he got us a 2nd place finish. So progress has been made under him. We have extended a lot of players' contracts under Ollie as well. Earlier on this season, Solskjaer did mention he wants new contracts for 5 players. Solskjaer's also beaten quite a few big-name managers as Man United manager, surprisingly. Obviously, Solskjaer's overcome Pep Guardiola a few times. He's beaten Brendan Rodgers. He's beaten Bielsa a few times. He's beaten Jurgen Klopp in the FA Cup, but he's not yet beaten Jurgen Klopp in the league. He's beaten Jose Mourinho, Solskjaer, Ancelotti, also beaten Thomas Tuchel, and he's also beaten Julian Nagelsmann. So there you go. And Solskjaer knew when he'd taken over the reins at Man United that it was going to be a massive job, and he knew he had a lot to do when he came in. I've got to credit Solskjaer and say he has done a pretty good job, to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager. I didn't expect him to do as well as he has done, so in that aspect I'm shocked. I have criticised Solskjaer a hell of a lot during his managerial tenure at Man United. I've had my reasons behind it, but despite that anyway, like I've said numerous times, is the best manager since Ferguson, even though he hasn't won anything yet. You know, Solskjaer got appointed in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. But it's not all Solskjaer's fault why results haven't been going our way. Obviously, there's certain players that have got to take responsibility, because there's still some players at Man United that are not good enough to represent the club. And, you know, I'm expecting us to sell players next year. You know, I think we're going to sell Martial next year. We're going to offload Van der Beek. There's a good chance we'll offload Jesse Lingard. Edison Cavani and Juan Mata will both leave next year. I want Fred to leave next year. Whether he does or not, I do not know. Phil Jones, I think he'll leave next year. Probably January he'll leave. Good chance Dalot will go. I think Alex Telles will also go as well. Beek could also leave. So there you go. But, you know, there's quite a few players at Man United that don't even get in the team. You know, Jones doesn't get in the team. Telles doesn't really get in the team. He's only been playing recently because Luke Shaw wasn't available. Bailly and Lindelof don't get in the team now, obviously, with the arrival of Varane in the summer transfer window. Dalot, you know, he doesn't really get in the team. Dalot only played against Villarreal because Wan-Bissaka was suspended. You know, Van der Beek doesn't really get a lot of game time, like I mentioned. Imad Diallo doesn't get in the team either. He's actually out with injury anyway at the moment, so he can't play. Cavani's obviously lost his place in the team, but surprisingly started against Everton last weekend. He's just come back from injury not so long ago. And Juan Mata, you know, he's another player that doesn't really get in our team. Well, he doesn't. And Lingard is another one that doesn't really get in our team. And obviously Dean Henderson don't start in goal now because De Gea reclaimed the number one spot back. But yeah, if Manchester United do decide to sack Solskjaer, you know, who's going to come in to replace him? Obviously, you've got Man United fans that are demanding Antonio Conte in. Conte is available because he left Inter Milan at the end of last season. And you know what? If Conte came to Man United, he would suit the strappings of the club. He'd do well. You know, Conte's got a good pedigree behind him, won a lot of silverware in his home nation. When he was in his first season at Chelsea, he won the Premier League. And earlier on this season, reports were coming out saying that Conte would accept the Man United job if Solskjaer was to be sacked. And Conte came out and said that he wants a winning project. So he rejected Arsenal and he rejected Tottenham. There's some United fans that want Zidane in, Real Madrid manager or former Real Madrid manager. Is he still there? I'm not sure. Haven't looked into it. At one point, we tried to get Mauricio Pochettino. Obviously, when Solskjaer was very close to being sacked. At the time when in Pochettino obviously was managerless, but unfortunately we didn't get Pochettino because he ended up going to PSG. But you know what? We're not even really known as a sacking football club, despite us sacking 3 managers since Ferguson. You know, we sacked Moyes, we sacked Van Gaal, and we sacked Jose Mourinho. Not so long ago, I gave you the news on Paul Pogba. Man United set Paul Pogba deadline. Manchester United want Paul Pogba's future to be sorted by Christmas, as the Red Devils hope he will sign a new contract worth £400,000 a week. Pogba receives £290,000 a week at the moment. Pogba's current contract at Man United expires next summer. Before the start of this season, Pogba rejected a new Man United contract. Well, earlier on this summer it said Pogba's very likely to leave Man United on a free next summer. Pogba's had a long-running transfer saga. He's been relentlessly linked to Real Madrid. PSG have been in for him. Don't forget, PSG are prepared to offer Pogba £510,000 a week in wages to prize him away from Man United. Barcelona want him on a free next summer, and Inter Milan have been in for him before, and his former club Juventus have been in for him before. Well, a few weeks ago, Mino Raiola suggested that Pogba could return to Juventus for Man United on a free next summer, because Mino Raiola did mention that Turin is still in Paul Pogba's heart. Pogba did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Man United, but he said the other week that Juventus have no plans to re-sign Pogba next summer. It said Man United must sell Pogba in January to buy players. Well, a few weeks ago, Paul Pogba's brother Matthias Pogba came out and said that Paul Pogba's yet to decide on his future, and he said Paul Pogba's contract situation is up in the air. Pogba's enjoyed a very good start to the Premier League season. He's already got 7 assists. In the last couple of months, last season, Pogba produced good performances for Man United, but at one point last season he was out with a thigh injury and he sustained some ankle injuries at Man United. This season is Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he rejoined. He's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him, and Pogba's won 3 trophies at the club so far. We did have Pogba when he was a lot younger under the Sir Alex Ferguson era, but had to let him go due to limited appearances. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again soon.